What is going on, Houston, Texas, man? Today was the first day that the players not only are obviously in the building, they've been in the building, but put on the pads. And Bill O'Brien had a press conference earlier today, and actually one of the things that he mentioned goes directly with this video. As you guys know, the Texans signed the second position that they've been looking at. The first being the lineman that they brought in, former Steelers draft pick. And now they are filling in the defensive tackle that formerly, I believe, was signed by Tim Jernigan. They didn't like some of the injuries that he had and how those exams looked. And so the Jernigan deal fell through. He is now in Jacksonville, so we will be seeing some of him. But they signed PJ Hall. PJ Hall, who was a former second rounder. They used to call him PJ Watt. So if you guys see him on Twitter, that is the reason for it. Obviously, he looks up to JJ Watt, but there is something to say for him and the things that he does on the field that is kind of similar. I want to say similar. Do not take this for more than it is. Similar because of how he really pushes the pocket. And on top of that, he's really good getting off the blocks. And so, we drafted Ross Blacklock on the second rounder. Now we've picked up another second rounder, formerly, from the Raiders, who have said that the dude has bad work ethic. And look, he was originally traded to the Vikings for a 7th round pick. That fell through because he failed the physical. He also failed the physical with us. But the Texans, as today quoted by Bill O'Brien, decided to give the Sam Houston State a chance and really show what he has. So today we'll be reviewing some of that tape. And one of the tapes that I picked was early on last year in his season with the Raiders. First week, everyone's excited. First week, they're going against the Broncos. And so I really wanted to see what he would look like from the beginning of the season. I almost did one game in the beginning and one game at the end just to kind of see where that work ethic kind of seems to be, where, they feel like he is not putting in the work. But the other thing that I noticed is that they didn't usually use them for first down. They only use them for second and third down. So what I did notice, I did like, and look, a lot of people say that he's a developed player. I just think he really just needs a change of scenery. And ironically, that's what the Texans have become. They've become a team who have really looked at players that in other organizations didn't work out and said, I think we can make a change here. They talk to the player. They see how the player feels about the new opportunity and then go and make a decision. So today, Bill O'Brien said that the dude needs to get in shape. He won't be out there practicing. So it'll probably be, I want to say, a good, I guess we're only about a month away from the season. So best case scenario, he's ready in 2 weeks. Worst case scenario, he will not be starting at the beginning of the season. Looks like JJ Watt is actually at the podium. Just got notification for that. So it might be something we talk about here in the future. But yeah, man, let's look at this first part of the tape. The Raiders have already taken a 7-0 lead. The part that I feel like we're missing with DJ Reader, right? He really stuffs that part. He has good lateral movement. So there's only a couple of plays here against the Broncos when I was reviewing the tape where I saw that he was getting stuck, which actually brings me to the point of, if you guys remember the Colts game that we had in the playoffs, Mac was running all over us, and that line was really holding, right? So there were times whenever the line for the Broncos looked a little more stout, and they were able to really block him and allow him to not get off the block to move laterally. But the times that he is able to get off the block to move laterally, he is a good run stuffer. On top of that, he pushes the pockets on a lot of guards. And at times with Joe Flacco, he really rushed him to make a throw. Some of them weren't incompletions. Some of them, the defensive back was able to break it down, and some of them Joe Flacco got sacked. Excuse me. Now, like I said before, and I've talked about this defense. This defense is going to be a type of defense that, if the center can really demand that type of attention, whether it's Ross Blacklock, whether it's PJ Hall, whether it's Brandon Dunn, it's really going to open the outside for this defense, and that is where Anthony Weaver's potential to blitz, it's really going to feed. Now, don't get me wrong, he will blitz down the middle, but the majority of times when you study the tape, both in the Bills and the Jets, their blitzes are coming from the outside, whether it's a defensive back, whether it's a safety, or whether you're just really crowding the line and you're really showing that you're coming with the blitz. And so if they need to gather attention in the center, if the offensive line chooses to, I don't know, you might add a tight end or a running back out there to really chip block or help assist with the block, then if your attention's on the outside, then the center of it, those players will be able to eat. So it's just really studying the tape, because Anthony Weaver will be able to decide on the field depending on what he's seeing teams are adjusting to. Look, if they're doing a good job of blocking the outside, then you're going to blitz them down the center. And I've said this time and time again, I just really feel like for those quarterbacks that have a hard time getting out of the pocket, that are really sitting ducks back there, the Texans are going to have a feast and are going to give the offense so many possessions that even when the offense looks kind of shocked, like they just waking up, it'll definitely allow them to get into rhythm because of how many times the defense is going to allow this team to get the ball. So let's look at the next play here. I believe this one here is a sack, but let's take a second look at this. All right, so remember, he's 92. Look how he pushes the right guard, and even though he doesn't get the sack, he pressures Joe Flacco to step into the pocket and then is not able to deliver a ball, and the rest of the lineman is there. And that's what we need from him. Like, we don't need PJ Hall to be a 6 to 10 sack guy. We just need him to create enough pressure to the point where they can not double team Ross Blacklock. Each lineman has to pick up a rusher. And in that case, you're going to see people like Merciless. You're going to see people like J.J. Watt. You're going to see people like Jacob Martin, even Grenard at times. They're going to eat, because when you're going one-on-one, there's more of a chance that you're going to win, especially when it comes to J.J. Watt and Merciless, because we see it all the time. Let's see the next play here. 3rd and 12. He almost recovers there. He almost recovers the fumble. But yeah, man, it's just that type of attention that he grabs. He really pushes the pocket and makes the quarterback really feel uncomfortable. And if he can really do that on top of what Ross Blacklock can do, because he can do the same, man, I'm telling you, teams are going to struggle. And I said this on the Discord the other day. I said, I really think this defense can not only bring feelings of that 2012 defense, but I think it can surpass it. I really think it can surpass it. This next one here is 1st and 10. The Raiders are now up 14-0. It's 2nd and 5. Remember, he's number 92. Look at how he pushes the pocket. Really forces Joe Flacco to throw it. And like I said, this is what they've brought him in here for. I really think that Angelo Blackson is going to be a player that they end up cutting or putting on a practice squad, hoping that nobody picks him up. I don't know if they, is one of the players that they choose to put a restriction that nobody can pick him up, because that's something new in the NFL that they will be able to do. I think it's up to 4 players that they can, and it doesn't even have to be rookies. It can be any player on the practice squad that can be put to not be able to be picked up by any team. So I don't know if Blackson is one that they would choose to do that with. And so I really think that the defensive tackle is going to be Ross Blacklock, is going to be Brandon Dunn, and it's going to be PJ Hall. So the best PJ Hall can do right now is really just get in shape and really take really take advantage of this opportunity that he has with the Texans. And his ceiling is definitely high. His floor, well, like I said before, he's just starting to get his feet wet in the NFL. He didn't play all 3 downs with the Raiders. They put him in 2nd and 3rd down plays. And so, when he was in there, though, you could definitely notice the change, because the Raiders weren't really pushing the pocket when he wasn't in there. So that's another high note for him, right? So imagine him and Ross Blacklock both pushing that inside. It's really going to force quarterbacks, especially those quarterbacks who are not mobile, to try to escape and either be a pickoff or a sack or even a forced fumble. And so we really don't have that many quarterbacks who are mobile that we're playing. Like I said before, we have Patrick Mahomes off the start. We have Obviously, Lamar Jackson week 2. But when you talk about Ben Roethlisberger, when you talk about Phillip Rivers, I mean, their lines are really going to have to hold. And with the blitzes that are coming, it's not going to be all game. You're not going to be able to hold these players all game. And so that's really all we need. We need 2-3 sacks, 2-3 fumbles, 2-3 turnovers each game. That gives the offense enough to be able to, at times when they are looking lackluster, be saved by those opportunities. And then other times, whenever they're not looking lackluster, then teams are just going to get blowed out because you can't give Deshaun Watson that many opportunities to slay you. But anyways, man, that is my spiel. This is Friday. This is a new set of videos that you guys are viewing. So if you like it, hit the like button. If you like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hey, we spit Texans and we do it every day, baby. Hey, it's H-Town. Let's get it.